Hey everyone, and welcome to the Maria Fontana Show. How you guys all doing today? So today I have a special guest, someone that I've been following for a long time. I follow her work, her brilliance. I listen to her podcast. Um, honestly, she just has impacted my life and my transformation so much. So I'm honored to welcome who I can call friend and mentor, Tracy Litt. Tracy, tell them a little bit about you and your jam and your magic.
Hi, I'm so happy to hang out with you first and foremost. Thank you for having me. And hello, beautiful listeners. So I'm Tracy Litt. I'm the founder of the Lit Factor and the School of Becoming. And we specialize in helping women evolve their identity so that they can create and experience a completely different reality, right? We play at the crossroads of neuroscience and somatics and energetics and emotional expression. And those things brought together allow you to finally untether from the low level not enoughness game, rid yourself of emotions that haven't been processed, like shame and guilt and fear, and step up and into the woman that you're capable of becoming, most importantly, operating from your wholeness,
Yes.
experiencing ease, generating more by doing less, and experiencing spaciousness and pleasure, and allowing yourself to not just like brute force your way through life the way we were all taught to, but actually be the goddess that you are and receive what is already yours.
Oh my God. Like that's just so many beautiful things. So the one thing that comes to mind from following you and listening to your amazing brilliance all the time is I always hear you say we're spiritual beings having a human experience and we are all inherently whole. So I'd love for you to tap into like, because I know me, when I started on this journey of
Yeah.
actually friggin' snapping out of it and waking up and realizing, holy shit, like I'm enough, really? No matter what I do, I don't have to
Yeah.
doing and being, because that was my whole life. Like, oh, I gotta do more to be enough. I had no idea you could be whole. I had no idea we were whole.
Yeah.
So tell
Yeah.
us more
Yeah.
about like the simplicity of it, man, because I know you are so like your powerhouse simplicity, like it's like boom, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's go there. You are inherently whole. Your worthiness is your birthright. You never
Mhm.
have to do anything to earn it, nor can you do something that detracts or discounts it. When we take a moment to recognize that we are 99.99999% energy and only 0.001% matter, which means if I put mine, yours, or any of our beautiful listeners' hands under a microscope, what I would ultimately arrive at are some atoms with some waves moving around inside, because we are made up of energy. There was a time long, long, long ago, roughly 14 billion years ago, where this big hot ball was in the cosmos and the Big Bang Theory occurred. And when the Big Bang Theory occurred, it actually made way for the universe to be born. When the universe was born, the speed of light occurred. And that's how we actually experience our reality. Now, why is this important? Because you are derived of the same pure love, pure consciousness, and pure oneness that the sun and the moon and the stars and everything that was birthed out of the universe, you are part of that because you are made of atoms. And you are whole because you are made of love. You are part of the oneness. You are part of this thing that is bigger than us. And that's the truth because we are spiritual, energetic beings having a human experience. The lie lives in our humanness, the lie of unworthiness, the lie that we have to earn our wholeness, the lie that the outside creates the inside, the lie that the more we achieve, the more amazing we are. And then you continually chase this perpetual carrot and you've already arrived at massive success and you're like, why doesn't it feel the way I thought it would feel? Or you might even be like, I did all these things and I actually feel nothing. And I quickly moved on to the next thing, because it creates this strive and constant, nothing will ever be enough, because inherently I believe I'm not enough. And that's where the work starts, because the lie is unworthiness. The truth is you're whole right now, and you never, ever need to do anything to become whole.
So that really hits home. So how can we as
Mhm.
humans, and so many people listening to this, because I hear it all the time. I work with like a lot of very successful beauty and wellness practitioners, salon owners, many spa owners, and they'll have all this monetary stuff and wealth and success. And I'm guilty of it too. I've had everything, hit every pinnacle, and I'm like, yikes, I still don't feel good enough. Just like today, I got nervous for 2 seconds because I was going to meet you on a podcast. And I thought, oh, she's too famous for me. She's too successful. Like, and I had to reel my own shit back in because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But you see,
I
it's
love
like
you.
that, it's a habit. So, my
It
question
is
to
a
you
habit.
is, are these habits taught to us from our parents? Like, how does this all get embedded into our heads, and how do we get
Mhm.
rid of it?
Yeah, so the lie of unworthiness is something we all experience. My iteration of it was I'm not smart enough, right? So everyone
Mhm.
kind of has their own flavor of what not good enough feels like to them. And it comes from a few places. One, our family of origin, right? Like who raised us, the home we were raised in, the direct messages we were fed, as well as instances like, mom didn't come home before I went to bed. Oh my God, that must mean I don't matter. Here's the important thing to realize. We are egoic beings, and when we are little, we are all subconscious mind. We don't have the capacity to discern between, oh, well, maybe it's not that at all. Everything that happens, we run through the filter of, and this must mean something about me. I'm not significant. I don't matter. I'm not enough. I'm not lovable. And that's the only way that a child's mind works. So recognizing these, some very innocent and some bigger. If your father left your household and abandoned your family, if you were a victim of any kind of abuse or big T trauma, all these things, micro and macro, you unintentionally and unconsciously internalize, and your I'm not enough story begins. And then you grow up in adolescence and you don't get picked for the soccer team, and you're like, oh, I know what this is, and you throw it into your file of I'm not enough, right? Or you don't get the grade you wanted on the SAT to get into the college of your choice, and you're like, ha, I'm not enough. And the other interesting thing about this that I want to gift you, just an awareness piece, in order to then protect us from feeling not enough, we start to develop adaptive behaviors like perfectionism, sarcasm, overwhelm, control, people pleasing. All of these ways of being that are stunningly adaptive and very serving, because it allows us to protect. And then we hit this moment in time where we're in this conversation, and you beautiful listeners are going, oh my God. And now that thing that was once adaptive, that you created, by the way, to keep you safe, is now maladaptive. And it's getting in the way. Right? So I want to just like pause here before I answer how do we untether from this. But that's a really important piece. The other origin element is our patriarchal society, right? Especially in any way, this is all genders, but highlighting women, especially with women, the messaging, the oppression, the repression, the suppression of our ability to be women, to be respected, to be fully expressed. We were taught that we were less important. We were taught that our spouse's feelings when they enter the home should come first. We were taught that we are mothers first beyond anything else, which then sends the message of like, why don't you demote your own dreams and desires because now you're supposed to live for someone else? Drives me nuts. But those are the things for us to go, wow. So what Tracy's ultimately saying is, I'm sitting here and I'm operating with conditioning, a program, and a belief structure that I didn't even choose.
Yes.
That's like, what? That's when I want you to be like, yes. So then it becomes, now we reprogram, now we untether, now we process years and decades of unprocessed emotion. You say, I'm willing to jump on your train, Tracy. Fine, I am already whole. Let me get some of my energy back. Because what happens for you when you are not wasting the minutes into hours of your day toggling the tennis of I'm not enough, I'm not enough. Do I need to contort? Should I have said that? Oh my God, they're not calling me back. Did I do something wrong? I'm avoiding this conversation with my team. Now I feel uncomfortable about this and that, right? It's recognizing that who you are right now is a byproduct of what was influenced and programmed into you without conscious choice. And now, as the grown ass, sexy woman you are today, with the availability of the support that we give, you are divinely morally responsible to shift out of that and become who you're capable of becoming and design the program that you actually want running you.
I love that. So I notice you do something all the time, and I started doing it because I see you doing it and you teach it.
Oh, yeah.
You stop and you take these powerful ass breaths. You've done it on your podcast and you teach it. Tell me what the breath, the way you do that, what does it do? I know it's self-regulation because I listen to you and I follow you, but how does that just automatically, because it makes me automatically fucking feel better. I'm like, whoo, I came right back into my body and my mind is clear. Holy smokes.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, I love this because one of the things we love to do the most is put women back in their bodies, right? Because that whole thing we just went over of the not enoughness and the spinning and the striving has kept you living from the neck up. Because you don't have time for your body. You have time to slow down. You have time to meditate. You will now, right? So this is both intentional and not intentional when I stop to breathe, because number one, it's my body giving your body the space to absorb the bombs that I'm dropping.
Oh,
Right. And it's exactly what you're feeling. It's knowing and me understanding how our biology works and going, wait a minute, when we take a beat and take an intentional breath, we start to see with new eyes and hear with new ears, right?
so
We think we're breathing. We think we're breathing all the time. We're not. You're breathing shallow, you're breathing erratically, and actually, you're more often than not even breathing and holding your breath, right?
mm,
Breath is, it's the key. It's the key to re-imprinting your nervous system. It's the key to a regulated body. It's the key to innovation and creativity. It's the key to connecting with the universe and allowing yourself to surrender and to trust fall. It's the key to being in the generous present moment. It's everything.
Tracy, this is so impactful and powerful because I remember when I started working on my garbage many years ago, I realized I used to get anxiety attacks because I was holding my goddamn breath. But
Right?
I didn't even know. I didn't even I consciously did not even realize what I was doing.
Right.
And it makes me come to another topic. So do we hold our breath and do we feel like this self resistance to ourselves because our needs weren't met? Like, I'm just bringing up my own self. I know I did a lot of stuff. My mom was a narcissist. Do I love her? Did I forgive her? Yeah, totally. Like, I'm past that. That was old therapy stuff.
Right.
But is those experiences, is that when our needs aren't met and we're little, does that what brings us to this feeling of like, well, I don't even know how to be nice to myself or accept that gift or accept my own breath or say
Yeah.
thank you.
Right. Well, it's really all of it, right? It's all like what I was saying before about our program into who we are. Let's talk about breath for a minute because it's really important. So
Mm,
when you are a gorgeous, loving, yummy, whole, totally enough baby, and you're born and you're laying in your sweet hospital bed, you take beautiful, deep, slow, intentional breaths. Like you watch a baby, a fresh baby, and it's the belly goes all the way up and all the way down, right? And then you grow and life happens to you, around you, and you get more integrated into our society that is an assault on our nervous system in and of itself. And we start to the breath shifts and it becomes a little bit more shallow. We are thrusted into this go, quick, move, come on, shake a leg, move forward, strive for something. And that perpetuates a shallow, erratic breath. And oftentimes the holding of our breath, it's all unconscious. But then what takes root at a cellular level, at a biological level, is we start to condition our bodies into that constant state of dysregulation, but we don't even know it. So it's like, imagine you've been sleeping on a mattress for 20 years and you're like, I sleep great. And then you buy a new mattress. And after one night on the new mattress, you wake up and you're like, what the hell was I doing for 20 years? Because that was some bullshit. I slept and didn't get up to pee and I'm so rejuvenated, right? It's all relative. I know that right now you are operating under this beautiful little acute stress, which means an acute state of dysregulation all the time. And because that's how you've been operating, this is the wonky part. It's how your actual system believes you need to be to thrive. So you feed this addiction, this emotional addiction to constantness and to stress and overwhelm by not breathing deeply. It's amazing to me. So many women will come into the work, and that's the first module one in Mind Magic. We're going right into nervous system love, and we're working with this kind of stuff. And it's so interesting because our bodies will be like, I'll let you breathe this time, but next time, no, now it's throwing up things like, you don't have time to breathe and you feel okay right now. And wait, I'm feeling a little bit nauseous. I don't know if I should. And all of that is taking you from the unfamiliar or from the familiar to the unfamiliar. So realizing that our breathing patterns, until we become conscious and intentional, our behaviors, our habits, our level of mind, our ways of being are all affirmative of the identity we're currently in and the emotional addictions and ways of being that that identity holds.
So powerful. So here's the good part, and I want you to tell everybody the good part. The good part is that Tracy can help you with all of these things. So let's tell everybody where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can connect with you, because I love your work and I think your work is powerful, can help thousands of women
Yes.
globally, especially the entrepreneurs that are like overwhelmed, overworked,
Yes.
not breathing, overachieving, like
Right.
my circle completely. And I love what you do, and really Mind Magic, and you can tell them quickly just about what you offer and where they can find you and how they can connect with you, so they can
Yeah.
really do the work, because there
Yeah.
is a solution here.
There, oh my God, there is a solution and it's beautiful. You know, one of the things that's really important is that you understand what and why, right? When I know that when I do a thorough enough job, loving you and sharing the what and the why, you're going to go, okay, so how? And when I show you the how, you're going to do it because you understand why you're doing it. Right? We need to understand that connection. So, a few things. So, the schoolofbecoming.com, come there, please. That's where everything lives. We have a stunning library with free resources that you can read, that you can watch, that you can listen, depending on the kind of learner you are. There's a gorgeous assessment that lives in the library that's free, and you take the assessment and we give you the results. And you learn so much about where you are in your own growth and healing expansion journey. And then we send you some curated library resources. Inside of the school, our core curriculum starts with Mind Magic. That's what I was referencing. And that's our identity evolution journey. Every woman deserves to come through this, because what you learn, right? We go back to school. We go to school for everything else. Now it's time to come into the school of becoming, to heal and expand and become the woman you're capable of becoming. So you get to learn about the biological parts of you, the energetic parts of you, how to treat yourself like energy, how to shift your relationship with fear, and so many other things, how to think at a different level of mind. And that's where the core curriculum starts. So the schoolofbecoming.com is where we invite you to begin. Hanging out on Instagram, I'm there the most. So that's the Litt Factor, which is our parent company, the LITT Factor. And we have a really special event coming up. May I share Conduit with you?
Yes,
Okay.
because I'm going and I'd love
Yes.
everyone to join us.
Come and hang out with me and Maria. It's going to be fabulous. So Conduit is a free live virtual workshop, and it is April 9th, 10th, and 11th. And conduit is all about me helping you heal the way you lead, by meaning self-lead your life, your company, your team, your children, the whole show, right? Because you are leading everything, which means you're influencing and entraining the energy of everything and everyone. So in conduit, we're going to heal the way you lead so you can feel so good, so you can do so good, and really remember that you're the conduit, which means life is happening through you. Your lived experience is happening based on what are you a conduit of? And that's where we're going to go. So you can go to becomingtheconduit.com and grab your free spot.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. Guys, I'm going to drop everything in the show notes, regardless of where you're watching this or listening. Join us. This is a special bonus podcast that Tracy was so gracious to come and hang out with me today. Tracy, I love you and I'm grateful for the work you do and the impact that you've changed my life, and I know you changed the lives of so many. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me today.
Thank you so much. I am so grateful. And please know this, all of you. You are whole. You are worthy. You are lovable. You deserve nothing less than everything you've ever dreamed and desired. And it is safe for you to feel safe having it.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, guys. Make sure you like this podcast, share, and leave us a review, and share with anyone that this can impact their lives. Sending you guys lots of love and light. Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you so much.